Is it wrong to keep my faith in Jesus a secret? Am I being a coward or wise? If you're the first Christian in your Hindu or your Muslim family, you gotta watch this. So let's look at the Bible. Matthew chapter 10, verses 32-33. Whoever acknowledges me before others, I will acknowledge before my Father in heaven. Whoever denies me before others, I will deny before my Father in heaven. Okay? And Mark chapter 8, verse 38. If anyone is ashamed of me, the Son of Man will be ashamed of them. And then in John chapter 3, verse 1-2, Nicodemus showed up to Jesus at nighttime when no one else could see him, right? And Jesus didn't rebuke him. He had a deep conversation with him. You see, God knows your life. He knows your context of how dangerous of a situation you might be living in. If you're the only believer in the Middle East, that's way more dangerous than being the only believer in the West. He knows the context of your situation, and he's not looking for perfection. He's building your faith towards courage, even in the darkest situations. So you're not a coward for being scared to share your faith with your family. You're only in danger if you let your fear make all the decisions for you in your life, because fear removes opportunities that God has placed before you. So let's kind of recognize why sometimes we keep our faith in Jesus a secret. Because one, we're afraid of rejection from our family or hurting our family, okay? Number two, we're not ready to answer their tough questions. Number three, we're afraid they're gonna kick us out of the house or beat us or punish us. And number four, we're still trying to figure out what we believe in life. Number five, we don't want to cause drama in the house. And last, we don't want other people to know how we dishonored and hurt our family members. So let's talk about, when is it wise to keep your faith a secret from your family, and when is it just because you're afraid to tell your family about Jesus, okay? Because we need to understand what fearful silence is and wise silence is. Okay, let's look at wise silence. Wise silence is that you're praying and preparing to tell your family. A fearful silence is you're avoiding God and people. You're just afraid to tell anybody about Jesus. Number two, you're asking God for timing. You're praying for God to soften their hearts, for them to be in a good place maybe. Number two, for the fearful silence, you've decided to never speak about Jesus with your family. Wise silence is you're waiting to grow stronger in faith. Fearful silence is you're pretending you don't even believe in Jesus. Wise silence is you're protecting peace and you have a plan. The fearful silence is you've given up boldness altogether. Okay, so recognizing when you're being a coward and when you're being wise is very important. You see, Jesus doesn't shame your silence, but he's inviting you to speak in courage. And if you're scared, then pray for God to give you strength. Before God sent Goliath to David, David had to face a bear, then he had to face a lion, and then he faced Goliath. So God prepared the faith of David. And so if you're afraid to tell your family about Jesus, allow God to prepare your faith for that moment. Don't be afraid. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and love people, and God will do the rest. And you guys follow this page. If you have questions about being the first Christian in your Hindu or your Muslim family, this is the page to follow, because God is about to move mightily in your life.